This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Thursday, April the 3rd, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. If the Minister of Education gets his way, Barbadians could soon be paying yet another tax. Ronald Jones is suggesting the imposition of a social amenities tax to help fund education and health. Jones believes such a tax could be the solution to the high costs associated with providing health care and education. The outspoken cabinet minister argues that if each person was taxed 1 to 2% each time they bought an item, the government could raise some $80 million a year. The Minister of Environment and Drainage has ordered that layoffs in his ministry should be done in the most humane manner. Dr. Dennis Lowe is insisting that entire families must not be dislocated wherever practicable. He says, too, he doesn't support the last in, first out policy because there are people who've recently entered the public service who are more equipped, productive, and diligent than some of those who've been there much longer. The minister says, too, that partisan politics will not be a consideration to determine who goes home.
I've asked that the circumstances of people's lives be studied as far as possible, and that where possible, a minimal amount of collapse in those people's families occur, if any at all. So obviously it would be important for me to continue to work with those persons who are providing information to ensure that the best possible outcomes are achieved.
In sports, the West Indies and Sri Lanka will face off today in the first semi-final of the World's 2020 in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Some commentators say the Windies' firepower give them the edge, have the marginally better batting numbers with a slightly higher scoring rate and average, while Sri Lanka have a marginally better bowling average. Both teams have taken exactly 31 wickets, which shows there's little to separate them. The Caribbean side is the defending champions of the world's 2020 cricket.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
In regional news, the police are to set up a special unit to monitor the takeover of sub-franchise routes by Jamaica Urban Transit Company and prevent any encroaching by rogue transport operators. Head of the company's Franchise Protection and Management Unit, former head of the Police Traffic Department, Radcliffe Lewis, says the decision was arrived at following a meeting between the JUTC and Police Commissioner Owen Ellington. To bolster the police's effort, Lewis said the Transport Authority and his team will be monitoring the routes to ensure full compliance with the new regulations. Tuesday marked the first day of the takeover of 6 sub-franchise routes, which, according to Managing Director Colin Campbell, was eaten into the profit margin of the company that has been bleeding some 250 million Jamaica dollars per month. On the South American continent, Chilean authorities are assessing the damage from a massive earthquake that struck off the northern coast, causing a small tsunami, but the impact was mostly limited. Thousands of people who evacuated the country's low-lying coastal areas returned home on Wednesday morning after authorities called off a tsunami alarm. The 8.2 magnitude quake that shook northern Chile on Tuesday killed more than a dozen people and triggered a tsunami that pounded the shore with 7-foot waves. Authorities evaluated the damage yesterday as the ocean waves receded and daylight showed the full extent of the outcome. Mines in Chile, the world's #1 copper producer, mostly said they were functioning normally, and oil refineries reported normal operations.
Chileans are surveying the damage after an earthquake and tsunami pounded the country's northern coast overnight. The magnitude 8.2 quake struck near the port city of Iquique. A tsunami with 2-meter waves tossed around the city's vessels.
We struggled just to be able to get a bigger boat, and now look at it.
The quake, captured on security camera footage in this pharmacy in Arica, caused at least 6 deaths.
That's been the 7 a.m. update. Join us again at noon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Stay tuned. The Business Minute is up next.
The Business Minute is brought to you by Signia Financial Group.
To my people out there working hard to expand your horizons, chasing a flawless dream. Keep your eyes on the prize and we don't look back. It's forward thinking, on to the new stuff. It's time to lay bricks on the foundation of your future.
Get set with Signia to be sure the world will be yours. Take you to exceptional, incredible new heights. And get set with Signia.
Signia, quality solutions for your financial needs.
This is the Barbados Today Business Minute for Thursday, April 3rd, 2014. I'm Vic Fernandez. The Grantley Adams International Airport, GAIA Incorporated, is in for major upgrades over the coming months in an effort to meet growing demands. Minister of Tourism and International Transport Richard Seeley says considerable extensions are to be made to the terminal building, which will result in additional departure space. Seeley's revelations came as he addressed the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a new civil aviation facility at Charnock's Christchurch. He says the master plan for the airport also includes the building of jet bridges, while shoppers can expect much more.
There are also some very clumsy infrastructural arrangements that need to be sorted out as well. The airport is a nice building aesthetically, to some extent, but there's room for improvement, and all of that is part of what we are trying to do in creating a dynamic aviation industry.
Micro and small business operators are being encouraged to adopt a new approach to doing business. Operations Manager of the Small Business Association, Andrea Taylor, says given the challenging economic climate, business operators should add value to their offerings. She's also challenging the entrepreneurs to form clusters and alliances that will work for them. Taylor was addressing a construction forum yesterday at the Baobab Tower.
The more you have together, the better for you. Because at that point in time, your voice can be heard and you can do a better job at what you're doing. The use of technology in business is also a plus, and it is also critical for the growth of the sector. No longer do we have the brick and mortar where you need to have a 4-wall structure in order to do business. That has gone through the EDOs, that has gone through the window.
The local cultural industry could soon see an increase in activities from Japan and vice versa. Japan's ambassador to Barbados, Yoshimasa Tezuka, paid a recent courtesy call to government officials where he discussed possible exchange programs. He tells the Business Minute he would like to strengthen the relationship between Bridgetown and Tokyo. Though not giving details, the Japanese ambassador disclosed that research is underway to determine the best possible areas. Now for today's financial tip. Entrepreneurs, when you make more profit than you expect, do not embark on a spending spree. Always remember to reinvest some of the profit in your business. That's been the Barbados Today Business Minute. Join us again on Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Vic Fernandez.
The Business Minute is brought to you by...
To my people out there working hard to expand your horizons, chasing a flawless dream. Keep your eyes on the prize and we don't look back. It's forward thinking, on to the new stuff. It's time to lay bricks on the foundation of your future.
Get set with Signia to be sure the world will be yours. Take you to exceptional, incredible new heights. And get set with Signia.
Signia, quality solutions for your financial needs.